What is up, YouTube? My name is Bigboysnacksjonnytv. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And tonight I'll go my WWE NXT review on how. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this on the channel. I'm on the road to 9K and a path to YouTube partner. And I'm going to find my social media down below in the description. And go check out my WWE Raw review on house that I posted on the channel yesterday. And thank you guys so much for coming to my live stream for WWE NXT Watch Along. Watching on live reactions and more. I really appreciate it. We had 13 likes in the chat. So last week my stream crashed, and then my stream that I did tonight really made up for it. So W stream. Thank you guys for coming out to my live stream. All right, without further ado, let's get started on my WWE NXT review on highlights because I got a whole lot to say about this. All right, now WWE NXT was a solid show, and I give it 7.8 out of 10. Welcome to the Wrestling INC results for WWE NXT March 25th, 2025. Coming to you live from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Alright. Stephanie Vaquer has a long night ahead of her tonight, as she will be defending the Women's North America Championship against former title holder Fallon Henley before she puts the NXT Women's Championship on the line against Jada Parker. After Stephanie Vaquer pulled out the call for the next NXT Women's Championship challenger during last week's edition of NXT, Jada Parker blindside Jordan Grace with an attack who would look to answer the call herself in order to take her place instead. Later that night, Fallon Henley demanded her rematch for the Women's North American Championship against Stephanie Vaquer from Ava. And while the NXT General Manager declined to give Fallon Henley her rematch, seeing as she was already defending one title, Stephanie Vaquer herself was all game. Alright, it says right here. It says Lexis King. Yeah, it says Lexis King. Yeah, where was I? It says right, Lexis King will be preparing. Lexis King will be putting the NXT Heritage Cup on the line for the first time since retaining against Shannon Stats Lorenzo and Joe Coffey at a pair of NXT live events on February 21st and February 22nd, respectively, as he defends against Javon Evans. Javon Evans found himself in a tense stare down with Trick Williams in the closing moment of last week's show after Trick Williams had defeated Eddie Thorpe in an NXT Underground match. NXT champion Oba Femi made his way down to the ring, and a major brawl had ensued between them and the people who were on the outside of the ring, NXT Underground ring. All right, let's move on. We are live. Vic Joseph, Booker T, and Corey Graves. Great audience at home as Jada Parker makes her way out to the ring. Stephanie Vaquer follows. So we get the first title match. So we get Stephanie Vaquer versus Jada Parker for the NXT Women's Champion, and this was a solid match. But at the same time, even though Jada Parker lost to Stephanie Vaquer, Jada Parker does not need a championship. Jada Parker just needs something. And that's all I gotta say. But this was a solid match. The bell rings, the two lock up. Jada Parker lands a pair of body slams on Stephanie Vaquer, but Stephanie Vaquer changes in a figure eight leg lock on Jada Parker. Jada Parker crawls over to the bottom rope to break the hold, but Stephanie Vaquer rolls Jada Parker up several times. Jada Parker kicks out, then lands a backbreaker on Stephanie Vaquer and connects with a pair of suplexes on her. Jada Parker lands a neckbreaker on Stephanie Vaquer, then lock in a crossface on her. Alright. Stephanie Vaquer escapes, but Jada Parker whips her into the corner repeatedly. She lands a crossbody on Jada Parker, then dials it up for a 619 and sends her head repeatedly bouncing off the mat. Jada Parker connects with a Machoka driver on Stephanie Vaquer, then follows it up with a spine buster and drapes her across the middle turnbuckle. She delivers a hip attack before Jordan Grace hops on the apron. This opens the door for Stephanie Vaquer to roll up Jada Parker for the win. The winner is still your NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. This was a solid match. Ever since Jada Parker attacked Jordan Grace last week on NXT, so Jordan Grace got her get back on Jada Parker. I told you guys in my live stream that Juggernaut Jordan Grace was going to cause Jada Parker, and I called it straight down the middle. But this was a solid match between Stephanie McCure and Jada Parker for the NXT Women's Champion. Alright, after the match, Fatal Influence blindside Stephanie McCure from behind as a means of wearing her down further ahead of her Women's North America Women's Championship defense against Fallon Henley later tonight. Jesse Jane lands a trio of sentons on Stephanie McCure as Fallon Henley and Jasmine hold her in place. It says we then head over to a sit down interview between Ricky Saints and Jafik Joseph, who discuss Ricky Saints' self confidence. Sean Spears interrupts the pair and explains to Ricky Saints that he never asked him to join the calling because he hasn't changed his ignorant attitude, in a verbal confrontation between the pair ensure ensure ensues as Ricky Saints make it clear that he's coming for the Sean Spears North American champion. Back on ringside, Hank Walker and Tank Lager then makes their way out having run into the Motor City Machine Guns backstage. Tariq Igwe and Tyson DuPont and Wesley follows. Alright, so we get a tag team match. Tariq Igwe and Tyson DuPont, accompanied by Wesley versus Hank Walker and Tank Lager. And this tag team match right here, I might as well say this was a decent tag team match. Alright. Lager and Tariq Igwe began the action. The bell rings in the two lock up. Tariq Igwe wears Lager down with a submission hold, then tags in DuPont. Lager rolls up DuPont, but DuPont kicks out. Walker tags in and lands a splash on DuPont in the corner, then sends his face bouncing into the opposite top turnbuckle and follows it up with a second splash. Walker rains down right hands on DuPont in the corner, as Lager does the same to Tariq Igwe. Then tags in Lager. Walker and Lager double team on DuPont as we see Motor City Machine Guns watching the action from backstage. Walker flies to level DuPont on the outside before Tariq Igwe tags back in and continues wearing down Walker. DuPont tags back in and follows suit, but Lager tags in and knocks DuPont off the apron. He lands a spine buster on Tariq Igwe and goes for a pin, but DuPont breaks the fall. Walker tags back in and looks to double team on Tariq Igwe, but DuPont prevents them from doing so. He then tags in and sends Walker crashing into the mat with Tariq Igwe for the win. The winner of the match, Tariq Igwe and Tyson DuPont. This was a decent tag team match. Javon Evans then makes his way down to the ring. Alexis King follows. Okay, let's move on. So we get the next match. So we get Alexis King versus Javon Evans for the NXT Heritage Cup. Heritage Cup, and this was a pretty good match in my opinion. The bell rings. The bell rings in the two lockup. Javon Evans wears down Alexis King with a submission, but Alexis King responds with a body slam to Javon Evans. Javon Evans rolls up Alexis King, but Alexis King kicks out and Javon Evans levels Alexis King with a toe suicide on the outside. Javon Evans delivers a chop on Alexis King, but Alexis King sends Javon Evans crashing into the ring steps and dumps him back in the ring. Alexis King sends Javon Evans face bouncing off the top turnbuckle, but Javon Evans lands a couple of chops on Alexis King. Alexis King levels Javon Evans with a dropkick, then follows it up with a Machoka driver and goes for a pin. Javon Evans kicks out, then levels Alexis King with a forearm and connects with a kick on him. He follows it up with a frog splash off the top rope. Off the top, it goes for a pin, but Alexis King kicks out and delivers a super kick to Javon Evans. Javon Evans responds with a flipping kick to Alexis King, then flies out of the ring to level him. Over Family appears out of nowhere and powerbombs Javon Evans into the ring apron. The referee begins a 10 count, but Javon Evans can't beat it. So the winner is still your Heritage Cup. Alexis King. This was a pretty good match in my opinion. But Alexis King cost Javon Evans. So that's all, the matchup. That's all I gotta say. But I think Javon Evans is gonna get his get back on over family. So that's the plan. All right. After the match, Overfamily looks to beat down Javon Evans, but becomes distracted when Dark State, Dion Lennox, Ozzy, Osiris, Griffin, Cutler, James, and Shaquan Shug- Sugars appears in the crowd. Trick Williams appears out of nowhere and looks to attack Overfamily, but officials run down to the ring to pull them apart. Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley then makes their way down to the ring. Lash Legend Jakara Jackson follows. Alright, yeah, so we get the next tag team match. So we get Last Legend and Shakira Jackson versus Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. And in my opinion, this tag team match right here, I ain't gonna lie to you, this tag team match right here, I might as well say, this was a this was a um solid match, solid tag team match. I'm not saying it was very good. I'm not saying it was very terrible. This was a solid tag team match. Last Legend and Gigi Dolan began the action. The bell rings and the two lock up as Saruka and Zaria emerged at ringside. Jakira Jackson and Tatum Paxley tag in, and Gigi Dolan whips Tatum Paxley into Jakira Jackson to land a crossbody on her. Gigi Dolan then delivers an assist Bronco Buster to Jakira Jackson with Tatum Paxley and Tatum Paxley locks in a submission on Jakira Jackson. Lash Legend breaks the fall, then tags in and runs over Tatum Paxley with a big boot. Okay. Jakira Jackson tags in and continues wearing Tatum Paxley down. Then tags Lash Legend back in. Lash Legend delivers a body slam to Tatum Paxley. Then tags Jakira Jackson back in. Jakira Jackson fires off right hands and left hands on Tatum Paxley as Lash Legend holds her in place. But Tatum Paxley tags out to Gigi Dolan. Gigi Dolan lands a crossbody on Jakira Jackson and Lash Legend, then delivers a super kick to Lash Legend and levels Jakira Jackson. Tatum Paxley then tags in and delivers a double swinging neck breaker to Jakira Jackson with Gigi Dolan for the win. The winner of the tag team match, Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. This was a solid tag team match. We then head over to a video of Tony D'Angelo telling the rest of the family that he wants them to learn all they can about Dark State. He tells Channing Stacks Lorenzo to stay back and asks if anything is okay. And Stacks says it is before assuring D'Angelo that he can always trust him. Alright, so it says back at ringside, Ethan Page makes his way out. Ricky Sage brushes past him to join the announcer desk, and Andre Chase, Kel Dixon, Kai Dion, Kel Dixon, and Yura Connors follow. It says what was I? It says follow. It says right here. Listen, it really says right here. It says follows, and it says follows the pair. Here we go. So we get Ethan Page versus Andre Chase, accompanied by Dion, Kyle, Den, Kyle, Dixon, and Uriah Connors. And this match right here, this was a decent match. All right, the bell rings and the two lock up. Andre Chase lands a pair of hip tosses on Ethan Page, but Ethan Page levels Andre Chase with the right hand. Andre Chase low bridge Ethan Page out of the ring, then lands a super kick on him off the apron and flies to level him. He dumps him back inside the ring, then levels Ethan Page with a suplex. Ethan Page delivers an over the shoulders power slam to Andre Chase, then connects with a stomp on him and wears him down with a submission hold. Ethan Page dropkicks Andre Chase, but Andre Chase lands a stunner on Ethan Page. Andre Chase lands a kick on Ethan Page's face, then follows it up with a swinging neckbreaker, a pair of shoulder tackles on him. Dixon and Connor hype up Andre Chase on the outside as Andre Chase looks to land the Chase U stomp on Ethan Page. Ethan Page intercepts them, but Andre Chase sends him crashing into the mat. Ethan Page responds with a jumping code breaker on Andre Chase and repeatedly slaps him. But Andre Chase fires off chops on Ethan Page and lands a neckbreaker on him on the apron. He follows it up with a tornado DDT out of the corner and goes for a pin, but Ethan Page kicks out. Andre Chase ascends up the ropes, but Ethan Page trips him and gets Andre Chase up on his shoulders. He delivers a power slam to Andre Chase off the middle rope and follows it up with a neck breaker for the win. To me, that looked like an RKO to me, but it's a neck breaker. It's the way that Ethan Page did it. But anyway, the winner of the match, All Ego, Ethan Page. This was a decent match. After the match, Ethan Page stares down Ricky Saints until Shawn Spears attacks him from behind. I think we're gonna get Ricky Saints versus Shawn Spears. I think next week. Yeah, next week. So we're gonna get the North American Championship match between Shawn Spears versus Ricky Saints. I think that Shawn Spears might retain, but I really want to go with Ricky Saints to go over Shawn Spears, but that's not just the case. But I got Shawn Spears retaining next week. All right. After the match, Ethan Page stares down Ricky Saints until Shawn Spears attacks him from behind. All right. Fatal Influence makes their way down to the ring. Stephanie Vaquer follows. All right. So we get the main event of the evening. So we get the Dark Angel, Stephanie Vaquer versus Fallon Henley, accompanied by Jesse Jane and Jasmine Nick for the Women's North American Championship. And this match right here, this was not a bad main event. This was a pretty good main event, but at the same time, Jesse Jane and Jasmine Nick should have been banned from ringside. That way, it can be a 1v1 between Stephanie McCure and Fallon Henley without any distractions. That's just my opinion, and I stand on it. That's all I gotta say. The bell rings and Fallon Henley fires off shoulders on Stephanie McCure's midsection in the corner. She follows it up with a suplex and trips her, then lands a kick on her midsection. Stephanie McCure responds with a drop kick on Fallon Henley, but Fallon Henley fires off kicks on Stephanie McCure. Stephanie McCure lands a jawbreaker on Fallon Henley and follows it up with a kick, then dials it up for a 619. Fallon Henley avoids it and dials it up for a 619 of her on Stephanie McCure. She delivers a knee to Stephanie McCure's midsection and sends her crashing into the top turnbuckle face first. But Stephanie McCure lands a kick of her own on Fallon Henley's midsection. Fallon Henley responds with a kick of her own to Stephanie McCure and wears down her arm with a submission. Teeter, teeter, I'm sorry, Stephanie McCure fires off headbutts on Fallon Henley as the two teeters on the top rope. Then connects with a superplex on her. She sends Fallon Henley's face crashing into all three turnbuckles and stumps her on her head. Then lands a meteor on her. Fallon Henley distracts the referee as Jasmine Nix lands a Pele kick on Stephanie McCure on the outside. Fallon Henley lands a blockbuster on Stephanie McCure off the middle rope and pins her, but Stephanie McCure kicks out. Fallon Henley charges at Stephanie McCure, but Stephanie McCure moves out of the way. Jasmine Nick hops up on the apron, but Stephanie McCure clocks her and sends Fallon Henley crashing into her. She then delivers a package backstabber to Fallon Henley for the win. The winner is still your NXT Women's North American Champion, the Dark Angel, Stephanie Vaquer. And this was a pretty good main event match in my opinion. It says after the match, Jesse Jane clocks Stephanie McCure, Jasmine and Fallon Henley join her, but the Juggernaut Jordan Grace runs down to the ring and levels Jasmine Nick, Fallon Henley, and Jesse Jane. She grabs the NXT Women's Champion and Women's North American Championship belt. Recur- re recurrency re re Relucini handing them to Stephanie McCure. Jada Parker appears out of nowhere and clocks Stephanie McCure from behind. But the Juggernaut Jordan Grace sends her crashing onto the floor with the attack. Stephanie McCure fronts Jordan Grace and holds up both belts as the two stare each other down. We then see several women arguing backstage about who gets the next shot at Stephanie McCure's title, as Jordan Grace and Stephanie McCure continue staring each other down in the ring, and the show goes off the air. And yeah, let me give my opinion what I think about WWE NXT. All right, now WWE NXT was a solid show, and I give it 7.8 out of 10. But sign me up to see Jordan Gray, the Juggernaut Jordan Grace versus Stephanie McCure. Sign me up as to see that match. I hope we get it at standard delivery. So if we can get this match between Stephanie McCure and Jordan Grace at NXT standard delivery, sign me up to see that match. I would give that match to self a chance. You know what I'm saying? If they want to do a true threat, they can do that. But I don't think that's the case. You can have Stephanie Mercury, Jordan Grace, and Jada Parker in a true threat match at NXT Standard Delivery. You can do that. But I don't think that's the case. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, WWE NXT was a solid show, and I give it a 7.8 out of 10. So if you guys enjoy my WWE NXT review and highlights, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content on a channel like this, because I'm on the road to 9K and a path to YouTube partner. Follow my social media down below in the description, and I will make a 3-minute YouTube short video of me showing you guys my thumbnail twice in this video. Thank you guys so much for coming out to my 2-hour live stream that I did today for some WWE NXT watching on live reactions and more. And Stephanie McCure defends both titles on WWE NXT. That was a good live stream. We had like 13 likes. And go check out my WWE Raw review and highlights I posted on the channel yesterday. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. This is your boy Bigboysnacksjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys in my upcoming world premiere tonight at 4 o'clock a.m. for my WWE NXT review and highlights. So make sure you guys come to my world premiere. I'm expecting more than 10 likes on my world premiere. More than 10 likes. So that's all I gotta say. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kids, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.